Everybody, Sunny here. Before we get to the show, I just want to remind you all that Casagrande Chats is now on YouTube. So go over to YouTube and search for Casagrande Chat. I'll make sure to update every episode on YouTube as it comes out, so make sure you search for Casagrande Chats on YouTube. And then I want to remind you all about my Patreon page. So go to patreon.com/Casagrande Chats. That's where you can go and support the show. I have 3 tiers you can sign up for. The Ryan tier, which is $1, the Sid tier, which is $5, and the Familiar tier, which is $10. It's a great way to support my show, and I have a ton of people that are supporting my show, so go to patreon.com/Casagrande Chats to support the show today. And now let's get on with the show. Hello everybody and welcome to Casagrande Chats, a podcast dedicated to the Loud House spin-off series, The Casagrandes, and I'm your host Sunny, and welcome to episode 19 of Casagrande Chats. And boy, it's been a while since I've come back to the podcast. Hello everybody, it's nice to be back. I know it's been a long time since I've done an episode of my show, but there hasn't been anything to talk about in terms of the Loud House or the Casagrandes with news, or even new episodes to talk about within March. And of course, with the whole coronavirus situation happening, it's been hard to get through some things and try to talk about shows and things like that. But today I want to have some fun, during these rough times, during these hard times that we're going through during this situation, we all want to have fun and talk about, cartoons and such. So I decided to do an episode of my show to talk about anything that's happened during the Loud House and Casagrande hiatus. So with that being said, let's get into some Casa news.
Hey, it's me, Ronnie Ann. If you like the Louds, come meet my family. My mom, my brother, abuelo, abuela, Tío Carlos, Tia Frida, my cousins Carlota, CJ, Carl, and Carlitos, and our pets Sergio and Lalo. We are the Casagrandes.
So the first piece of news for this week is that, sadly, some bad news is that we didn't have much of new episodes in terms of the Loud House or the Casagrandes in March, except for the 2 episodes we had of the Casagrandes. So we're all pretty excited about, we didn't have any Loud House or any of the main show, and we only had 2 episodes of the Casagrandes. I'm sure we'll get new episodes in April. But sadly, Nickelodeon decided that we're not going to get any new episodes of The Loud House or The Casagrandes in April, or even any new episodes of It's Pony, or SpongeBob, or any of the current shows that are running now, except for this new show called Ollie's Pack, which is supposed to be premiering in April. That's going to be premiering new episodes. And SpongeBob, I believe, is only getting 1 new episode, which is next week. But for The Loud House and The Casagrandes, there's no new episodes of the show coming out in April. I haven't heard anything else about any changes or anything. The only thing I heard about was that somebody had emailed the Fulton Critic who reported about this, and they had emailed them back saying there is a section for new episodes of something on April 19th, which is a Sunday, but I don't think it's going to be Loud House or Casagrandes. That might be something else entirely different, like a live action show or something. So yeah, we're on another hiatus for this month, and that's kind of sad because, during these times, I think it would have been great to have new episodes of The Loud House and the Casagrandes to make us all feel better during this situation. But I completely understand why we don't have new episodes is because of the show possibly getting delayed because of this situation. I mean, the crew is still working at home. Like, I saw a bunch of posts from Janfield where they all posted pictures of most of them working on new episodes at home. And there was a bunch of little sneak peeks that you could see some of the characters like Lincoln and Ronnie Ann and the Casagrandes and such. But for now, they're all working on the shows at home. Because the voice actors can't record new episodes in the booth and they're all at home now and can't go into work, I believe that many episodes will get delayed, including Season 5 of TLH and Season 2 of Casagrandes. So we don't know whether we're going to get new episodes next month, which is May. I think we will because May is the anniversary of The Loud House, and it would be great if we got new episodes for Season 4 during that time, and even the Casagrandes, because that's the anniversary. But again, because of the coronavirus, it is hard that we can't have new episodes of these shows, and then Nickelodeon's pushing them back. It would have been great because Nickelodeon would have gotten great ratings because of that. But I heard that they are they're doing reruns of The Loud House and the Casagrandes during 10 a.m. and during their regular slot, which is 5 p.m. from from Loud Casa Talks, where they talked about that, which is great. I'm glad that they're doing reruns, so when kids are stuck at home and they're channel surfing, because if they don't have like Netflix or something, they're like, oh, what's on Nickelodeon? Oh, The Loud House, oh, the Casagrandes, I need to catch up, so that's great for new viewers. So it's nice that we're going to probably get new viewers and new fans of the show during this time. But for, us older fans who actually want new episodes and new content, that's going to be a little hard, for us in April. So it's going to be a tough month to get through again, because March we did have some news. We had new episodes premiere only of the Casagrandes, which were 2, but for this month we've got nothing so far. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Nickelodeon decides to change the schedule. I mean, that's what happened last month when they were supposed to premiere Perfect Gig and Right or Wrong, but they changed it to the Valentine's Day episodes, and we'll get the Perfect Gig in the second. But I think that maybe they might change it because they're like, maybe the ratings go down and they're like, we need something to hold us up, so maybe we'll get some new episodes during April. They might change it the last minute. I don't know, but as of right now, the Faulted Critic reported that there's not going to be any new episodes of the main show and the spin-off, so it's going to be hard for me to report about anything right now, because there's not really a lot of news to talk about this week. I mean, there's some big stuff to talk about, but it's not a lot as I talked about last time. So again, it's hard to make a podcast about the Loud House and the Casagrandes when they're on hiatus, unless we get some big stuff coming, but because of this situation, there's not going to be a lot. But so yes, to us Loud House fans, Casagrande fans, there's no new episodes, no new content, but I'm sure in May, during the anniversary, we will get new content for the show, hopefully. Then the next piece of news is actually the Casagrandes recently got nominated for an award, for their first award ever, which is the Namek Vision Awards. The Namek Vision Awards recognizes the original programming for linear and digital platforms that is reflective of the depth and breadth of our lives, spirit and contributions of people of color. The winners will be announced later this month. So that's awesome that the Casagrandes got nominated for their first award. Like, I'm really happy they did. I really hope they do win that award, because it's great that they're getting recognized as a show that is faithful to people of color. I think that's really awesome. So congratulations to the Casagrandes for their first award ever, because they absolutely deserve it, and let's hope they do win that award. So the next piece of news is actually what I said that we would talk about Perfect Gig. Well, we did actually get a leak. Not the episode leak, but we did get a leak of clips from the episode Perfect Gig in another country. So I'm not sure which country it was. I can't remember. I'm looking at the promo right now. They actually premiered a promo for Nickelodeon in this country for new episodes of shows, and they actually show clips from Perfect Gig with Sam and Luna in it, because of course we know it's a Luna episode, and we have one clip where Luna's like, shouting like she's going woohoo or something like that, and then we have Sam and Luna, and then we have Sam and Luna taking a selfie together, like using the little filters to take selfies together. So we all thought, well, because they're showing this promo from another country, that means this episode is coming out in the US eventually. But because we don't have any new episodes in April, maybe we might get a leak of Perfect Gig and Right or Wrong, because again, we've already seen sneak peeks of these episodes already, like Perfect Gig again in this promo from another country, so they might air this episode in another country, because we were supposed to get it a while back, and it got changed to the Valentine's Day episodes, so this episode might get aired early in another country, we don't know yet. And same thing with Right or Wrong. The last time we saw sneak peeks for Right or Wrong was in one of the Rodican vlogs, which was a while back in I think like February, when was the Valentine's Day episode where they show like Lindsay, you're going, you will totally slay, that's from Right or Wrong. And even Nickelodeon posted a promo that said that new episodes were coming soon, and we all assumed it was April, and it had a clip of Lana with her hair down, which I assume is from Right or Wrong. So we thought that new episodes were coming because that promo had a new clip in it, because they decided not to have new episodes. We don't know when that's coming, so I guess it's just like coming soon, but it's not going to be this month. So, but again, like, it is exciting to see that we actually got some content from the show that's new, even if it was from a promo from another country. But knowing that episode is coming is exciting, but it's hard because they're pushing it back so much, and all of us Luna fans are looking forward to Perfect Gig. Like, we're all really excited for Perfect Gig. We want to see the next step in, like, the Seluna arc, you know? So whenever that episode comes out, it'll be really excited. We'll all love it and praise it, and it'll be great. I hope it's even better than Racing Hearts, because Racing Hearts is already a great episode, but I know Perfect Gig will be even better, just to see Sam and Luna being cute, like, girlfriends, you know, petting, babysitting cats for Clyde's dad. So we all know that the episode's coming soon, but we don't know when. So again, it's nice to see some sneak peek from a new episode, even if it's from another country, but knowing the episode's coming whatever, you know, but, you know, it's exciting still, but it's hard because we have to wait. So other news, actually new news, actually talking about new content, by the way. I mean, I mentioned there wasn't any new content for the shows. Actually, there is new content, but it's not really new, but let's talk about it anyway, if we're being new for us. So a couple weeks ago, we actually saw somebody post a leak about a song that was for the Loud House that was actually teaching kids about washing their hands. And that's the Lisa song, the Lisa Loud hand washing song. So this clip got leaked out a couple weeks ago. I found it on Discord, and I posted about it, and a lot of people have been posting about it. And it came out of nowhere. Like, we didn't expect this to happen, and we were all really excited because, again, it was new content for the show, and we were all like, whoa, this is really relevant to our time now. Like, it's about washing your hands and being clean and such. That's totally relevant to what's going on in the current world. And it was like, wow, the Loud House, you know, crew are really fast at animating something, right? Actually, no. Funny thing, we found out on Twitter from some of the crew members that this short actually, it was actually pitched a year ago, because they're doing a bunch of Loud House shorts that are supposedly coming out, I don't know when, because the last time we heard about the shorts was the Film Noir short that's supposed to be coming out. We saw a sneak peek of that when they were recording for that. But this came out of nowhere, we didn't know this was happening. But it's amazing because Lisa is a great singer. Like, no offense to Luna, but I don't know why Lisa isn't the musical one, because she's so great at singing and is fantastic in this song, and the animation is amazing. Like, I love all the visual details in this, like all the expressions and stuff, and the reference to Schoolhouse Rock with Lisa turning to the superhero. That's a reference to Schoolhouse Rock, and I do love how it is a whole like reference and parody of Schoolhouse Rock, with like singing about, you know, doing something in our daily lives, i.e., you know, cleaning and, you know, staying healthy and washing your hands and such. And I know it's supposed to be through a collection of shorts that are supposed to be educational with the Loud House, and I don't know when the other ones are coming out, but we do know they're coming. There's supposed to be a bunch of them, but it'd be great if maybe they release them during this time, you know, like, if we actually got some of these shorts, because if this Lisa one is already done, that means most of them are probably done already. So if they have these on hand and the show isn't out, like, we don't have any new episodes, it would be great to, you know, post these clips or these shorts onto the YouTube page to give us some content to feed us while the show's on hiatus, because it was nice to get this during a time where we didn't have new episodes. And there's two versions of it, actually. There's a shortened version and there's the longer version. For some reason, the YouTube page, the Loud House Casagrandes page, only has the shortened version. I don't know why, because at Facebook, they posted the longer version, which has more clips and stuff. You would think they would post the longer version. Maybe they will eventually, because, again, there's an extended version, because the first time we saw this was the shortened version, and then one of the crew members said that there's actually a longer version, and they posted that on Facebook. I don't know why they didn't post it on the YouTube page, because it'd be nice to have the whole thing on YouTube, but I guess it's shortened for the YouTube page. But again, it was really cool getting this. Like, it was really nice to get something like this. And again, we all thought they animated this like really fast because of the current situation. Be like, let's teach you about washing your hands, because I know Nickelodeon is partnering with somebody to create like all these activities and stuff to do while we were in quarantine. And this is like the perfect way to, like, you know, teach kids how to be healthy and wash your hands and stuff by a really, really catchy song, because it's very catchy. Like, Lisa's really, really good at singing, but the song overall is like really, really catchy. So they did it effectively. You know, I had the song like stuck in my head like all day after I watched the clip. So I'm really glad they posted this during this time we really needed it. But, you know, it's just funny how it's a coincidence how like somebody pitched this as let's have Lisa sing about being clean and healthy, and all of a sudden we get like this whole situation where we have to wash our hands and stuff. Like, did they predict the future? I don't know. It's just a funny coincidence, I guess. So yeah, so check out the Lisa Loud hand washing song, which is on YouTube. The shortened version is on YouTube, but if you want the longer version, you can check out the Facebook page. I think it's on the either it's the Nickelodeon or the Loud House. Facebook has the full version, but of course it's also on Twitter, so you can check out the full version. But yeah, it's definitely amazing if you haven't seen it. So again, it was nice to get some new content for the show, even if it was like a year before, like, and it wasn't really like relevant, but it still made sense to whatever is going on in our world right now. And speaking of the Loud House Casagrandes YouTube page, they've been pumping out a ton of videos lately. Like, I'm really glad that they're still continuing to post content on the YouTube page while we're on hiatus. So, a lot of people are out of the studio and stuff. They still have some compilation videos they can make and post on the YouTube page. So it's been really nice they're still pumping out content like the Lisa Loud, hand washing song. So a bunch of videos that had come out recently on the YouTube page before I talked about them now was 19 facts about Lincoln Loud. They posted the video was about Lincoln, like a ton of facts about him, like about what he's like and his friends and stuff. Like, that was a really nice video because Lincoln's my favorite character on the Loud House, so it was cool to get a video about him. I'm hoping that maybe they'll make one for Roddy Ann, like 19 facts about Roddy Ann. So that was really cool to have one for Lincoln, so maybe they'll make one for Roddy Ann to match with that. They also mentioned her in that one too. That was really neat. She actually got her own mention on the facts, which I think is really, really cute. So yeah, so I really enjoyed that one. Then we had top 5 Loud House songs from the Loud House, which I didn't really agree with in terms of top songs. Like, they just included some random ones, like the plumbing song that Lana sings from Real Live Music and some others. Like, I didn't really agree with them as the top songs. I don't really think they see what the fans say in terms of the favorite songs of the show. I didn't really agree with that, but it was still nice to get that. Then we had the full Loud House home tour, which, what took you through the Loud House, like the tour of the Loud House and showed you all the rooms and stuff, which I think is really neat. Even though we already know about the house and stuff, like, it was still pretty cool. And then we had something called Every Time Someone Says Bobby, It Speeds Up. Like, I think it was actually the full episode of A Misconnection on YouTube. Like, it's the full episode, but like every time someone says Bobby, the episode sped up, which I think is really funny. So, like, if you want to watch the episode Misconnection for free, go ahead and check it out there. Because it actually is, but every time Bobby is mentioned, it just speeds up, which I think is funny. And then we had Every Lisa Loud Invention Ever, which was highlighting all of Lisa's inventions, which was kind of cool. Then we had the Name That Loud quiz, which actually is reused from the Hangout Zone with Lincoln Loud back in 2017, when they made those videos for that section. When Lincoln actually took over the Saturday morning premieres, when they actually did have those before this whole thing happened. They actually had that, by the way. It was called the Hang Zone, and they had Loud House, they had Buzzes of Beast, SpongeBob, and maybe something else, I can't remember. I remember Buzzes of Beast was part of it, and so they had Lincoln take over the show, and Alvin the Chipmunks, yeah, so he would take over the show, break the fourth wall and stuff like that, and during commercial breaks they either have like a dance sequence or they have a Name That Loud quiz. So I actually remembered this quiz from that, the Hangout Zone, which I think, I thought that maybe they were going to bring that back, because when they had like that one promo from Instagram where they had Lincoln and Ronnie Ann talking about your Saturday mornings with all the premieres and stuff, I thought that was maybe going to be like, oh, are they taking over the Saturday morning premieres? But they weren't, so it was just a fun way for them to advertise the Saturday morning premieres. But yeah, it was just really cool seeing this quiz again, but it's like I already seen it before because they used it during 2017. Then we had the Lisa Loud hand washing song, and then we had 16 heartwarming Loud House and Casagrande moments. It was a weird one. I don't really think many of those clips were really heartwarming. They were kind of random. Like, I feel like it should have been like 16 random Loud House and Casagrande moments, because besides the song, like the song at the end from Last Thanksgiving, most of the clips I saw in there weren't really heartfelt or heartwarming. This says heartfelt, but it also says heartwarming. I don't know. It wasn't really like heartwarming. It was more like random clips. Like, I didn't really find it heartwarming, I think it's cute, but it's not really what the video, like, told me it was gonna be, kind of clickbait, I guess. then finally we had It's the Casagrande Family Tree, which premiered today. And I thought that was really cool, highlighting the Casagrandes, all their family members, and who they are, and what they like, and such. And they also include Arturo on the family tree as well. They also did mention that Maria and Arturo are divorced, which is great that they still mention that with the the Casagrande family tree. Like it's like they had the little lines where they're all connected, but Maria and Arturo's was more like broken up because they're broken up. I think that's really neat. And then of course they talked about Bobby and Ronnie Ann, and of course the pets, which I think is again was a really neat idea. Like maybe they'll do that with the Loud House, but because they have like that that vector they use of the family tree of the Casagrandes, I think it's really cool they also include Arturo and said that he's also living in the city, and mentioned all the family members and highlighted them. So, and of course the pets too. So that was great. So it's really nice again that the Loud House and Casagrande YouTube page are still updating and still posting like little compilation videos, little unique videos to keep us, some content to feed us while this hiatus is going on. So good job, guys. So other news, the official Nickelodeon YouTube page actually had a live stream going on for the Casagrandes, showing a couple episodes from the show, and I was kind of hoping they were going to marathon a bunch of episodes of the Casagrandes, so it'd be, free for you to watch and for any episodes you haven't seen of the shows, for any episodes you haven't seen of the show. But they only premiered 2 episodes on the live stream, which were Going Overboard and Croaked, which are both still free on the Nickelodeon YouTube page. Like, those are the only 2 episodes they marathon back and forth, was those 2 episodes. I was really hoping they were going to premiere, like, maybe all of them, or, like, just show a bunch of them, not only 2, like, and then they had, like, some commercials in between showing some of the YouTube, like, the Loud House Casagrande videos, like, with Lincoln and Ronnie and announcing the YouTube page and stuff like that, like, commercials in between, but the only 2 episodes they showed were Croaked and Going Overboard, and I'm like, well, there's more episodes you could have showed for free. Like, the same thing happened with the Tangle fandom. We had a live stream for Tangle where they're going to show a bunch of episodes and shorts and stuff, but they only showed a bunch of shorts and 1 episode. It's bad advertising when you say, you're going to show a bunch of episodes, and it's only 2 episodes that are still free on the YouTube page. Like, yeah, like, remember when we had the live stream for the premiere of Croaked, like, on the YouTube page, and it's up there for free. You can watch Croaked on YouTube, and you can watch Going Overboard for free on YouTube. So I was hoping that we would actually get episodes that you can't watch for free, that people haven't seen and caught up with the show. But if you haven't seen the show, I guess it's cool that they actually did the live stream, because again, we have, like, nothing to do while we're quarantined, so I think it was a neat idea. But if they try to do it again, actually show episodes that are not for free on the YouTube page, you have the rights to do it, so, like, show us, like, I don't know, Horoscope, or, like, 2 Clubs, or All in the Family, something like that, not the 2 episodes you could actually watch up there that are already free, like, get some ones that people actually can't see, they're like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool, I want to watch that, and watch the show and stuff, because, like, the episodes are already out, so you can already watch them, but again, that was the idea, because, like, some people will probably not watch the Casagrandes, so, again, great advertising for the show, and people could catch up on it while they're, stuck in their house, but, again, it was mostly, like, these episodes are already up on YouTube, so, you can watch it for free already. Just next time, maybe if you do a live stream for the Casagrandes, actually show, like, an episode that isn't for free on YouTube. And then some other news is that Nickelodeon has actually posted a bunch of crafts that you can do for the Loud House and the Casagrandes. Like, there's a bunch of little crafts that you can do while you're at home, like print out stuff. Like, there's something called Make Your Own Loud House Inspired Pizza Bar, where you could actually, like, write, like, you can have these little tags with the Loud House characters, and you can actually write stuff on them. There's also, like, there's also cupcake toppers. There's the DIY Loud House Tower game. There's also the Casagrande coloring page, which actually came out, I think, yesterday, which I think is which is the coolest thing ever, because they have a bunch of, like, the vectors of the official vectors that you can actually color in. And actually, like, the poster that I've always wanted is actually in there, so I actually do want to print out that coloring page so I can have some of those on my wall. They actually included one that has Roddy and Sid, Nikki, Casey, Samir on it, which I've never seen before, and it's so cute. Like, that was the most blessed thing ever, but that coloring page is really neat. I'm probably going to do that eventually, but it's really cool they actually do have some of these, like, crafts you could do at home inspired by the Loud House and the Casagrandes. They also have, I think they had, like, that was, like, a tower game. They had, like, name tags for, like, party stuff. Like, this is mostly just for parents, but I think I want to do it because, like, you have these little name tags, and they have all the Loud House characters, but they also have Bobby and Ronnie in, which I'm really glad they included them. They have Clyde too, but I'm glad that with the Loud House stuff, they included Ronnie in and Bobby in it, which is great. I'm glad they included them, didn't forget them, and just, like, excluded them to the Casagrande stuff, you know? Like, I'm glad they're included in the Loud House stuff, so maybe I'll print out, like, a link in there Ronnie in and put, like, OTP forever or something like that. It's like, this is for children, and I'm gonna print it out and do something dumb with it, you know. But this is really neat if you're like home alone and you're bored and are still a Loud House fan. It's nice to like print these little things out and just write little things on them, or just make the game. And maybe I don't know, like if I eventually like meet some of my Loud House fans, I'd love to just create that tower game so we can all play together. Because I know something is like you can either like tell a spooky story, name all the Loud siblings and stuff. I think that's really neat. So again, if you're bored and have kids and you want to like do some Loud House stuff with them or do some little crafts and stuff, these are up on the Nickelodeon Parents website with all these little activities and crafts and stuff. I'm definitely going to print out that coloring book. That coloring book is so neat. I'm so glad we get those little vectors in the coloring page so I get to color them and keep them and probably put them on my wall or something. Then the last piece of news, which really isn't much of like real new news, but still real relevant and still news and that they posted about, which is the Casagrandes and the Loud House Instagram have been hyping up or like promoting the Casagrande Familiar Sounds podcast. And this was kind of interesting because they were like, oh, have you checked out our podcast yet? It's up on Spotify. It's like, go listen to it. And I was like, oh, are we actually getting new episodes of the Casagrande Familiar Sounds? No, they're just promoting the podcast, which is, weird and interesting at the same time because, well, one, there's only 6 episodes out, and the last time you guys had a new episode of Casagrandes Familiar Sounds was in late January, so there's only 6 new episodes, so I guess, you could catch up, because, again, there's only 6 episodes of the podcast. The Casagrandes Familiar Sounds is great. I loved every episode. Like, I mean, there was 1 or 2 I didn't, particularly care for, but, like, some of them I really did enjoy. Like, the last one we had, which was, learning Spanish, that was one of the best ones ever, and the hallway episode with all the friends before we actually saw them in canon was fantastic. And, I remember when they actually, tied in the podcast with the vlogs where Ronnie was teaching like in Spanish, so I thought that was really neat. But again, there's only 6 episodes out, and I was thinking maybe they were going to, like, say that there was going to be new episodes coming out, maybe they were going to post them. But no, they're just promoting it just to get, promotion for it, which I think it's cool that they're promoting it, but it's like, guys, we haven't had a new episode since January, so, I'm sure everybody's heard it by now, but again, if you haven't heard the Casagrandes Familiar Sounds, go check it out. 6 episodes, you could binge it in a day, I really recommend it, it's really great that the Casagrandes also have their own podcast. I don't know when Listen Out Loud's coming back. I don't know if that's still a thing, Are the vlogs still a thing? Like, remember those? Like, I was just thinking about, like, man, I miss the vlogs. Like, having, like, 13 of those wasn't enough, man. We need more. I was hoping there was going to be a 14th, but I guess, again, because of the coronavirus, they had to cancel, not cancel, but delay the vlogs if they were going to make any more. I don't know if they were going to, because, the last one was big announcement, and I was like, well, this is going to be the last one. I guess they're going out with a bang, but I really do hope they, revitalize the vlogs in some sort of way, but what can you do on that? Because again, we can't get new content of the show unless it's already pre-done and Nickelodeon decides to upload it or post new episodes, but we can't get new stuff until this whole situation dies down, which kind of stinks, but that's just our way of life right now. And like, as I said before on the last show, is that I'm putting my show on hiatus because I don't have any new ideas for the show as of right now, because again, we don't have any new news or any new content to feed us or talk about. Again, unless something comes out of nowhere, like a surprise comes, like a short comes out or something new comes out, and I will be here to report about it, but as of right now, there's nothing new coming out. Because I thought maybe in March we would have got something new. That Lisa short was such a surprise. Like, it was a very great surprise. I'm really glad we got that. But I don't think we're getting anything else new during this month. Again, if they already have something pre-done, they're like, okay, we can actually post this to the world. Like, one of the shorts that are done. Like, the Lisa one is done, so there's probably some shorts that are done. But as of right now, we don't know anything else that's coming out that's new for Loud House and Casagrandes, because again, anything that was supposed to come in April, like the comic for like Ultimate Hangout, is already delayed to May. So again, as I said before in the last show, I'm putting my show on hiatus for this month until we get any new news of the Loud House and the Casagrandes, and I'll be back to report about it. But as of now, we are on a month hiatus. You know, I got some things to cover me. I got DuckTales, I got Harley Quinn. So, you know, if you guys are looking for stuff to watch during this hiatus, you know, there's plenty of stuff out there to watch to keep you occupied. But it is going to be hard for me to report about the shows and do content for the show until the shows come back. So yeah, that was all the news and anything I could talk about for this week in terms of the Loud House and the Casagrandes. So if you have any questions about the podcast or want to discuss the podcast with me, you can contact me over XSunnyClips on Twitter or at the podcast's Twitter, Casagrande Chats. And we'll see you all next time on Casagrande Chats.